I know you wrote an article about this. There appears to be gaps at wide receiver, gaps on the D-line. Do you think the Browns did enough in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I keep wrestling with, because it feels to me like all the stuff we talked about before the draft, right? Do they have a number 2 receiver? Do they have a number 2 defensive end? Do they have enough at the defensive tackle position? Yes, the Browns drafted guys at all those spots. And in some positions, they drafted 2, right? 2 receivers, 2 defensive ends. But you still come away going, man, do we know for sure who the number 2 receiver is? Do we know for sure who the number 2 end is? Do they have a stud D tackle? And I would say the answer to all those questions is no, but that doesn't mean the Browns feel the same way. And I feel like Andrew Berry threw a ton of resources at all those spots, but it was more of a quantity, right? He threw a bunch of numbers, drafted a bunch of guys, signed guys leading up into the draft at all those spots where I think unless the situation is perfect, which could be a Jadeveon Clowney, right? He comes back at defensive end. But unless the situation's perfect, I think the Browns could say, hey, we're content. We have enough bodies, and we think we can make it work with the guys that they have right now.
Yeah, and that's interesting. That doesn't even factor into potential injuries at those 2 areas, which would really throw it into kind of a whacked out mess.